and protecting Tennessee's wildlife.
All right, welcome back, everyone. You can call us here at 737-7767 till those phone lines start lighting up, Brandon. We do need to. I want to talk to you. Brought up a good thing. I want to know, how do you trim the brush guard on a jig? And where, you know, what's too short, too long? What is, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a good example. I got one right here.
Okay.
We'll pull it out of here, and I'll give you just the way that I like to trim it. There's about 1,000 different ways that you can do it, but this is what works for me. I like to take it and just lay it across your hand and pinch your fingers right over the hook barb.
Okay.
And when you pinch your fingers over the hook barb, you leave yourself just a little bit of slack, and grab your scissors and pinch it right across the top right there. When you pinch it right across the top, that gives you just enough leverage against the hook barb so that when it runs into something, it's going to knock it away. You know, and as long as you're knocking it away, you're not getting hung up. You know, you were talking about earlier people getting hung up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you can't be scared to get hung up, first of all, but there's also a fine line. So I like to spread it out just a little bit, and as long as you're covering, I don't know if y'all can see that, but as long as you're covering each side of the barb there, that gives you.
There you go. We're showing it right now.
That gives you a good look.
Yeah,
at,
you widened it
you
up.
know, so and it's a thick weed guard too, so you can play with it and get it right down, or you can get it real close, and it depends on what you're fishing. If you know you're not going to be fishing real thick stuff, trim that sucker down there. You know, don't take a chance of losing a fish. But if you know you're trying to put it right in his house, keep it out there kind of thick, and it'll allow you to get in there. If you don't get bit, get out and make another flip. So that makes a difference.
What is the difference, Bo, between flipping and pitching?
Well, I tell you what, there is actually a difference between flipping and pitching. When you're flipping, first of all, I think, just from my experience, that you need some colored water.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to sneak up on a fish that's 6 foot, 8 foot away from you, especially not a big fish. You know, so the pitchers, they're going to stay back, and the water clarity is usually not as dirty. But the difference in flipping and pitching is being able to pull that line off and just strip enough out to where you lay it right in where you think the fish is. And then the pitchers, you know, you're going to stay back off the stuff. Yeah, you're going to be a little bit further back. And you're going to make a precise pitch where you roll it out there and just try to lay it in there.
That's right.
But the key thing is, and you picked up on this earlier, try to lay it in there as soft as you can. You know what? But don't be scared to try to put it in the stuff.
No. So
there's a fine line.
That's right. All right. I tell you what, we got a couple of callers, Brandon.
Gary, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing
Pretty
great.
good.
This you?
This me.
Gary Taylor.
Gary Tyler. What's going on, brother?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Doing good.
We're doing good.
Hey, I fished with the Outlaw with the jig, and believe me, he can catch him on the drops as good as he can catch him throwing in the middle of a bush and missing a 7, 8 pounder, because I witnessed.
Oh, yeah. We know what Bo G is about now.
Bo G's a good one, so's his partner. All y'all are too. You got some good sponsors too, you.
Yeah, we do. We got some great sponsors, but I tell you what, have you used Jackson Slew jigs?
Yeah, Bo got me using them, and I love them. I love the 1/2 ounce. He loves them big old 3/4.
Well, let me ask you, because I know you go down there to Gunnersville all the time. How they do down there at Gunnersville?
I hadn't been to Gunnersville with them. I've been on Kentucky Lake with them.
Okay.
Me and Bo probably had 14 pounds in 45 minutes.
Dang.
Jackson Slew. And it just didn't take long. And then we went the next day and flipped, and he caught one as long as my leg. Y'all know how big I am. And, man, he come off. He hit a limb, but I seen him. I'm telling you, you could stuck a ball cap in his mouth and turned it around.
Well, I guarantee you that's well worth it, Gary. Where you fishing next, buddy?
Reed's fish off's coming up, and then we're fishing USA bass.
That's right.
That's another month. So, but
Hey,
anyway, I just
why don't you give out a big shout out to who you're employed by?
Well, I'm employed by Two Rivers Ford.
That's what I wanted to hear.
And some of your sponsors has got my trucks, and
That's
I
right.
know some of y'all have got some Fords. And bless your heart, some of you hadn't, but you know.
Well, that's okay.
Boys, have a good night, and putting on a good show.
Thanks,
You
Gary.
too. Thank
We
you.
appreciate you, brother.
That's funny, Gary calling in. I tell you what's funny. You know, he ain't but about 8 foot tall.
I know it.
You know, so you talking about the difference in flipping and pitching.
How are
Well,
you doing?
Everything he was flipping to, I was having to pitch to.
Here, who we have here?
I never heard. Hello?
Uncle Skank.
Uncle Skank.
Hey,
right.
how are you tonight?
How you doing?
I got a question for Bo G.
Okay.
I'd like to know what your favorite color is on Old Hickory.
My favorite color is on Old Hickory, anything dark. You know, I'm a black and blue guy. I'm a green pumpkin guy. All the standard colors that we make is basically based off an Old Hickory design. You know, it can go a little lighter, it can go a little darker, but my favorite color on Old Hickory is actually a black and blue. I've had better luck on a black and blue throughout the years than I have on any of the fancy stuff.
What about Priest?
Priest, the sunfish works good on Priest. So does the shell cracker.
So it's a little lighter color.
It is a little lighter color, but you know, Priest typically stays a little bit lighter than Old Hickory. You know, they're always, when you get a flood around here, Old Hickory just gets so dirty.
It does.
You know, and you're just like, golly, how am I going to catch a fish in this? So I usually stick to the darker stuff. But on Priest, you know, you got a little bit of happy medium.
Uncle Skank, we hope that helps you.
It does. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
I got a question thinking about that too. Do you use rattlers on any of your jigs?
I don't know of anything in the lake that rattles.
I don't either.
Do you?
No.
You know, even in the dirty water, you know, the rattler's probably going to catch you the 2-pounder. He might catch you the 2.5-pounder, but that 5-pounder, he's been around a while. You know, so
Anything that rattles usually means a sore lip.
yeah, it means a sore lip and a trip to the dock and get on TV and that kind of thing. You know,
That's
so.
right. Well, that's awesome because a lot of people still throw those twin rattlers on there, or the single that fits on the hooks sometimes.
I will tell you the reason that I don't fish a rattle.
Okay, I want to hear.
Those long rattles. How many times have you set the hook and just watched a big boil come up?
Oh yeah.
And that's because that rattle gets over the top of your hook. And you set the hook and you lose a 5 or 6-pounder, that's a difference in your bag. That's a difference in your day. You know what?
Exactly right.
It just don't work for me. I'm not going to say it doesn't work, but it doesn't work for me.
Something else. We're talking about that. I get concerned about the trailers that I use because I'm wondering, is that thing so big like a... All right, I'm just gonna throw a packer crawl. I love packer crawls, Texas rigs.
Sure.
Love them. But on a jig, I wonder sometimes if that's not too much to put on the jig with like a 4/0 hook or a 3/0.
Sure, I mean, and that's something that go through your mind. But I will say this: when you're fishing dirty water, you want something with some movement.
Oh yeah.
You know, fish have a lateral line. They feel a lot more than they see, especially when the water's dirty. So when you get something in there that's doing like that and they get that vibration, I think they'll sometimes react to that. But on the opposite end of that spectrum, when you fish into something clear and they see all this going on, you know, there's not many things in the water that really have that much action. So finding the happy medium between that and, you know, catching fish is two different things, but a lot of times I think it maybe psychological.
I think you're right. We got another caller here. Wayne, how can we help you tonight?
Yes, sir. I got a question for Bob Grissom.
Okay.
I want to know what his jig is on Del Holla at night, and what pound line would you throw that on?
Okay.
Wow, that's a good question, Wayne. Thanks for calling.
Sure.
Look, here's the thing that I work with. Everybody's talking about fishing braid at night because you can feel it. I'm an old school guy. I got a black light. 10-pound test monofilament works the best for me. You take that 1/4 ounce jig and you throw it on 10-pound test that we make, and it's got that certain fall. And you're going to get a lot of bites on it. You know, you're going to lose some fish, but if I get 15 bites a night, whereas you're fishing that braid and you get 6 bites a night, a lot of times I'm going to get the best 5 in the boat, whereas if you miss one of yours, you can be the difference.
That's exactly
10-pound test works great, and Tyler alluded to that too for sure. He's seen it happen.
We've been in the boat before in 2 different size lines, and one of us catch more than the other depending on the scenario and what's going on.
Absolutely. 8-pound test sometimes I think falls too fast. 12-pound test falls too slow, but there's that happy medium. 10-pound test, 1/4 ounce jig, you get a lot of bites on Del Holla, catch as many as you want, promise you.
All right, good answer too. I promise you. Thanks so much for that question.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night.
That was Do you not think the 10-pound test at night is probably the best line, period?
It just works.
For everything?
10-pound test works for everything.
It does.
It's not too heavy for anything. You can throw it on a spinning rod. If you get enough, you can throw it on a bait caster. You can use the rod to, change the differences in how tight you're pulling on them, or how far you can throw it. It's an all-around great line for any time of the year, except now I will say on Del Holla, if you're up there in the wintertime and you're not throwing 6 or 8 pound tests, you're not going to get a lot of bites.
That's right, because it's a 6-pound test night.
Exactly.
But and that's a clear lake.
It is.
Very clear.
It's the clearest one I know of around here.
Let me ask you this, Bo, because presentation I still think is one of the major things. I like to hop a jig.
Sure.
And Kentucky Lake in the summer, hot. I like to stroke a jig. I like to make 4-foot swath. I want them to come up and let them see it. Dirty water, Old Hickory. You brought it up. I'm gonna finish with it. Old Hickory Lake.
Yeah.
Just came in major rain. It is chocolate mocha out there, and we got logs rolling.
Right.
How are you going to present your jig? Because that's about all you're going to catch them on is that jig.
Well, I tell you, when it gets dirty, they're going to get tight to something. You don't have to stroke a jig. You don't have to use a lot of movement. They're going to be tight to something, whether it's rock or wood or whatever it may be. Grass.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, I've seen it flood out there and catch them off picnic tables up there or off, I will say this one thing that works well on Old Hickory when you get a big flood. You want to get on a bank where they don't have to move far to get to deep water. They want to move up and down. As the water's coming up, they don't want to have to go far.
That's right.
So get on your steeper banks because they don't have as far to go when they drop the water out of the thing.
That's right.
You've seen Old Hickory, you've been up there and it's been 2 foot and all of a sudden where'd all the water go? That's the way it is. If you get somewhere close in between there, you'll be in good shape.
We got another caller here, Bo. Bill, how can we help you?
Yes, sir. This is Bill Smith from Watertown, Tennessee, and I've got a question for Bo. Want to ask him what his favorite color Shad Rap is on Percy Priest in the spring.
What is it?
Anyone you can tie on. It don't matter, L bill, long bill, it don't matter. If you're throwing a Shad Rap at Percy Priest in the spring, you are going to catch some fish.
You're going to catch
some fish.
Now, I like the red. I like red.
Yeah.
I like red.
I know a lot of people that paint them red.
Yes, sir.
They'll paint them green. I really don't think it matters. It matters more to the fisherman.
Yeah,
it does.
If you've got confidence in it, and you believe in it, you're
it's going to happen.
Sure.
And you're going to throw it more, and you're going to
throw it more, and you'll leave all them other hunters you got in your tackle box right in the tackle box, and that's where they need to be.
That's where they need to be. All right. Well, we appreciate the call. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. And we got
Tip of the week.
Tip of the week.
This week's Tip of the week is being sponsored by Davidson Farmers Co-op. You can go there and see them right there on Dickerson Pike, right off of Bradley Parkway, or give them a call at 615-860-4774.
You got a tip? I do.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Let me tell you something. As outdoors people, I experienced something this week that I have never experienced in my 58 years. I got heat exhaustion on Tuesday. And it's because my lack of drinking water and getting hydrated. Let me tell you something. You don't want to be dehydrated.
It's no fun.
It's no fun. I got to the point of delirious. And I know you think that's common for me, but I got
it
dizzy.
It probably didn't take you far to get there.
It didn't take too long. But I got dizzy, I got delirious. I got sick in my stomach. I'll even say the next day I had diarrhea, massive headache. And I started taking those Gatorades and Pedialyte.
Yeah.
I just kept drinking them, kept drinking them, kept drinking them. That's the only thing I can tell you that scared me. But I've thought about how many times we've been out there in bass boats fishing a tournament, and you're so concentrated on catching fish,
You forget to drink water.
you forget to drink water.
Absolutely.
And you're in the sun. There's very little shade out there on the lake. And how many times that could happen to us? And I've been lucky that I've gone 58 years and it just now happened.
Sure.
But please carry you plenty of water. And alcohol does not do it. I know you may think that's the worst thing a male could tell another male, but it is. Beer is not your friend out there when it comes to
It's not. It makes it worse.
to
Really.
being hydrated.
Yeah.
Water is the best, or Gatorade, something that put electrolytes back in your body. So that's just my tip, and believe you me, I can attest to it.
It's
It does
very
happen.
important. We're going to take a quick break here, guys. We'll be back here in just a minute with some great recipe from Mr. Chris Benziger.